All right, so we are good, man. I appreciate this. I think this is really dope. I love connecting with new artists, so that's number one.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
it's cool just to be able to see people coming into the industry and just kind of how their take is on, obviously what they see when they first come in and kind of what their expectations were, versus what it is right now, and
Mhm.
just kind of looking at the future. But then also, it's cool when when you come into the game and you got like a fire track like this is really really dope. Um,
I appreciate it. I
so
appreciate
for
it.
so for those who don't realize what I'm talking about, this is this new single "Outstanding" featuring DJ Unk. Um,
Yes, sir.
I think it's really cool. I think it's cool that you got DJ Unk on there because I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster. I ain't heard from DJ Unk probably since I don't know if he was behind that walk. Remember Walk It Out like back in the day?
Yeah, that's him. Walk it out, two step.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, that's him.
trying to think
Yep.
back, and the crazy thing is that's really like my era of hip hop. I mean, I'm 45, but I'm I'm stuck in this I'm stuck in this time warp of like 95 to like 2010. So like if you look at my playlist on Apple Music or whatever, it's probably 90% like 1995 to 2010. I'm not really
Right.
I'm not really so much into a lot of the stuff that comes out today unless my son hit me onto something like I never knew about Migos until my son was talking about the Migos, and then I heard something on their last album and was like, okay, this is kind of dope. Um, and it just be certain people, certain people. I think they just have it, like they have that star quality, and they just have, obviously the content, but just kind of the charisma and the personality and that sort of thing to kind of pull me in. But
Yes, sir.
it's,
Yes,
it's,
sir.
it's rare though. This is pulling me in. So like I'm really liking what I hear. So I definitely want to know more about, obviously your background, where you come from, how you got into this, what made you want to get into this, considering all of the stuff that's going on in hip hop right now, and it's nowhere near like I said my era is 95 to 2010. Today is nothing like what it was in that time. So yeah, and I mean you get what I'm saying. Like it's just
I
a lot
do.
of stuff
I
happening
do.
in music and in hip hop that I just never like I never pictured it. I never saw it coming, and I'm like, how do we turn it around? So we could talk a little bit about that. But first of all, let everybody know who you are, honestly. And you see, I'm a true journalist, so I could talk, 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 talk. So you could tell me to shut up too if I need to.
Oh, nah, you good, man. You good, bro. You good. We honestly, so for me, where I come from, man, I come from the church. I come from just having, just having that background and just being well rounded
Right.
and just a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? I started in the church. I came from the background of the church, but then at the same time, then I was also an artist that crossed over into all genres
Right.
and all styles of music. You know what I mean? So for me, it was one of them things where
Now, when you say all styles of music, or I mean, when you say that, I think of obviously hip hop and R&B and jazz and gospel and all like where do you think you were along those lines?
so honestly, I do them all.
Okay.
Um, I'm doing your I'm doing your country music now. I'm actually getting ready to cross over into country music.
Which I think is
I do your pop, I do your hip hop, I do your R&B. I can go do your jazz. I've heard some stuff that could put me in a jazz arena. I just haven't went and acted on that yet.
Yeah,
But
it's funny. Like it's funny because I think, and I mean, I know this is kind of not necessarily that, but if you think of like when Jill Scott came out and she was on Hidden Beach, and then Hidden Beach had put out like a compilation or like a series of albums that were like basically hip hop, R&B, and all of that stuff turned into jazz. Um,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I kind of think along those lines. But there's something that I've been saying for a number of years now, like obviously there's a lot of gospel artists who have, I guess, in some sense of the word, kind of crossed over like into hip hop and R&B and whatnot. But I would love to get to like a day and a phase where even the DJ Unks, or you think of like the Lil Johns, or any of these like heavy hitting producers were like producing for like gospel artists and that sort of thing. I don't know. I just would love to see something like that.
I mean, you can, and what you probably don't know is that some of these same artists that are gospel and have these producers, some of these producers do produce for some of these mainstream artists.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, absolutely. Because when you think
so
of Erica Campbell husband,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Warren.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean Warren B Block, shout out to my block, you know what I'm saying? But Warren's a beast at what he do.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, you got Warren working in
And he's
you
been
got
all over
Warren
that.
working in the Christian, and you got Warren working in the hip hop or wherever he is working at. But I know he does do stuff with other artists. Shout out to Rodney Jerkins. I mean, Rodney Jerkins
Absolutely,
is another producer. He
absolutely.
produced Justin Bieber album.
Brandy.
He's the worked on and then he
And he
came
was
around the
Canadian
corner
again.
and worked on Kiara Shear album.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, he did some stuff with him, and shout out to Jay Drew Shear, all them guys. I know Jay Drew. So, but yeah, like he worked on them projects. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where you got all these people are that are crossing over, and you can't there's nothing wrong. I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. Honestly,
yeah,
at the end of the day, this game is a numbers game. This is business. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to make money in this thing, not just be in this thing. You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying? So, and that's kind of how you got to start looking at it. And of course, I've had a manager, man, that, I'm not going to say what happened, but I had to tell her I got a record that, is going to be some nasty record. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, well, if it goes against something that we believe in, then I just can't be a part of the situation. That's because you're Christian. I get it. I'm a Christian too. I never said I wasn't Christian.
absolutely,
But at the end of the day, you don't know what these other artists are. They might be Christian too.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if this is what's putting food on your table, and this is what putting money in your pocket and paying your bills, then you kind of got to go with what you got
Right.
going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying you against anybody or anybody's religion or anything. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm not going to tell you that if you were alcoholic and you got delivered from that, and you better now, and I'm not going to tell you, yo, go just drink a beer, because
Right,
I'm leading you into destruction again.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this music it's a business, and you got to go with what you're comfortable with. You got to go with what you feel that you can do. You know what
Absolutely,
I'm saying? And that's kind of one of the things that everybody has to understand. Everything is what you can do,
absolutely,
and not what so and so and so and so and so and so and everybody else is doing.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really, that's really what it's about, man. It's about who's comfortable, where you comfortable at, what you like doing, what's your thing. But like I said, this stuff, honestly, this business is too expensive to just be in it.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna be real. I'm a
No,
real.
it is,
I'm be like,
and that's from
it's
the
just too. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk.
I mean, that's from an artistic standpoint, and then that's also from behind the scenes. As a manager or a producer or a journalist, or like it's not cheap. Like you can't be in it just to be in it. Like you got to have obviously a goal and a purpose, and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, man, like when I say that you got to do what you got to do, you really got to do what you got to do. And you asked a question that you never did. You didn't finish your question, but you was going into that direction where you wanted to know why am I in this game,
Right,
knowing that it is the way it is now.
right.
So to be real with you, I've been in this game since, gosh, I was 16. I just hit 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in this game since I was 16. As far as starting to take, I started recording my serious first project as a gospel artist at 16, right? And it wasn't even gospel. I was doing like Christian hip hop.
Okay.
I was already there. You know what I'm saying? So then I just as time went on, it was like, yo, this is what I love doing. This is what makes my heart beat. This is what keeps me moving. I love music. This is my thing. And this is something that I said, okay, this is what I'm great at. I play ball, I play sports. I tore my ACL. I had an injury. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, I watched my homie and I remember telling him, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna stick over here in this lane because not only am I good at it, but I ain't gotta worry about getting banged up.
Right.
But then I get that itch though that I'm like, dang, I want to go play ball again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you get those itches and you just, you know, you want to dibble dabble and that be what it is. But as far as like what made me just really stay in this thing was the fact that I know I've learned that this is what I'm really great at. I can write anything. And it took me to even do more so of thinking and saying, okay, let me see what I can do. So then I'm like, okay, I can really expand into this. I can write this. I can write that. You know what I'm saying? So when you realizing what you can do, you realizing that you can't put yourself in a box. You know what I'm saying? So when you're realizing that you can't put yourself in a box, it's like, yo, we can't even put God in a box. How do you know that I'm not supposed to be over here in this hip hop industry to be a light in your life? I mean, look at what's going on right now. We got all these killings, we got all these shooters. Was it PNB? PNB Rock?
Yeah.
You got PNB Rock, Takeoff. You got shoot, who was it, man? You'd have had Mo3, XXXTentacion. I mean, all these like these young boys. You know what I'm saying? All of us young. But at the same time, it's like, how do you know that I'm not supposed to be here to maybe share some light in your life?
And I think that's dope. I love the perspective. I love the perspective that you use when you answer that question, because I mean, essentially, I've questioned like what brought me here and why am I doing this and why have I been, at this media thing and journalism and all of that stuff for so long. And it's really the same sentiments that you have, just in terms of music. Like it's what make my heart beat. Like it's what I love to do.
Right.
And I think that, just in that same sense as, people need you kind of for that spirit and for that light and, to give something back to the industry and to the culture. I think that I'm needed in that same sense. So I think it's dope, man. And I can feel that, obviously in listening to the song that, obviously not everything that you said is what comes out, but what I get listening to that song is that you love doing this. Like you can listen to people's music and you can tell when they really feeling it and when they love what they're doing and when they just trying to make a check. And I don't get that sense. Like, and I love hearing all of the different takes on Outstanding. Like you got so many people from Beyonce to like a number of people have touched on that song and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I like hearing different takes from it. And, obviously it's a classic. So you want somebody to do something with it that's going to actually do something with it and make it sound good and fresh and
right,
smooth and that sort of thing. And I get that. And then, like I said, too, it's cool to hear DJ Unk. Like, how did y'all come together for doing that?
Oh man, hold on. Oh, seems like my sound went out on me. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, let me see. Let me just turn it down. You said you can hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
Let
let me try something. Hold on, because you went like completely out of nowhere. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I ain't even touch nothing. You know, for once, I ain't even touch nothing when.
Hold on. What'd you say?
No, I just said I ain't even touch nothing when you said it went out.
Yeah, it just went like super low. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on. Might have to try something else. Let me see.
How's it sound now?
Let's see here. I wonder how would I have to possibly come back in?
Yeah, try popping out and coming back in and see what that does.
You said what?
I said try going out and coming back in.
Okay, hold on. Let me see something here. I might have to do it this way. That was weird. I mean, it just when I tell you it just went completely out, like it took you completely out. That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe.
Let me see something here. Let me try this.
Okay.
We're gonna get it to work for y'all. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna get this thing to work now. Hold on. Hold on.
That's the cool thing about technology. It happened.
Hold on. Let me see if I can bring you. Let me see if I can bring us in through this way. All right.
All right. How's that?
I think we in there.
All right, cool.
I think we in there. We in there, Doc. We in there. Let's go. We back. I told y'all we gonna work it out. And this is better. It's better this way. It's better this way anyway. Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing because the picture bigger and like that's cool.
Yeah. I told you we gonna work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what brought y'all together for this song? Like, how did y'all end up, obviously uniting for this?
I can share with you.
You sound like can't nobody know. What?
No. I can share with you because I mean, like when you're doing music and stuff, like it's just so people are finicky. Like people are, be secretive about certain things. Yeah, like it's crazy. Trust me. But what brought me and bro together is that me and bro, we've known each other for some years now. He came to my city, he did a show, and shout out to 98.7 The Beat because I was DJing for them as an on-air personality. So I've done radio. Okay. So it was one of them things where it's like, okay, we talking, and we was like, just stay connected. All right, cool, whatever, right? So here it is, 5 years later. I'm looking, we didn't talk about getting a record together. It's like, whatever. And here it is like 5 or 6 years later. I said, bro, I finally got us one. So I sent the record to him and he was like, this my shit. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because here's the thing about it. When you got somebody that is like, yo, this my, what that means that, yo, they gonna put their heart and soul into it.
Absolutely. And they're gonna push it and promote it like it's
right. They're gonna push it and promote it like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So one of the biggest things is that I'm glad that record was his, because with him, he's like, yo, I'm finna do it and we're gonna get it done. So then it took a minute for him to get everything done because timing and stuff. I mean, it was so crazy, bro. Like it was so much stuff going on at the time that we was doing that. And I mean, you just be surprised. So when we pulled it together, he was like super excited. And when we got done with it, just listening to it, we were like, yeah, we got to hit.
Yeah, I think it's definitely dope. Like, what are the intentions or what are your plans? Like, obviously moving beyond that single.
It was basically saying that, yo, let's figure out how we can market it. Let's figure out how we can promote it. Let's figure out how we can do it and do it right. You know what I'm saying? He was wanting to he played it in Atlanta at a football game or the basketball game. I think he DJ'd the women's basketball game. He said, bro, I'm gonna test it out. And I was like, all right, do it. I don't care. Do it. He tests out the record, and this at the WNBA game, and all these fans is dancing to it. He said, bro,
but you know what it is? It's obviously what you're doing, but it's the song itself. And it's like Outstanding is a feel-good song. So I don't care if they play your version or they play the original version or they play this part. Like people are gonna get up and move to that. Like that was a good song for you to start with.
Man, definitely, bro. And a lot of people have said that they don't even believe it's a remix. They're like, bro, this is a whole remake.
Right.
And to hear that, it's really an honor.
Yeah.
Because, shout out to Calhoun, man. Calhoun was the person that wrote this record. I got cool with him. And then after I got cool with him, that's how we got the song. So, he wrote a beautiful song. He wrote a dope song. It's a timeless record. And so to be able to have people to say this is not a remix, but a remake, that's an honor. Because this song is legendary. It's legendary. I mean, this song has lasted since 83, bro. This song was written and released in 1983.
Absolutely.
And we're 2023 now. And people still playing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing to keep in mind too is that is introducing the current generation and today's hip hop fans or music fans in general to a different record. Yeah, it's old school with some new school. Old school and new school, and people are being able to see how the old influences the new, and how the new influences the old, because you have a lot of those artists from back in that day who are now resurfacing and they're working with, the people like you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you got, and they're, I've even been thinking about it, but I just seen Boyz II Men in concert for the first time earlier. Well, let's see, was it last year they came? Yeah. So last year. So I just seen them for the first time in concert last year, right? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, these cats is dope. Like their performance, they stage presence. I mean, they're just dope. And I'm like, yo, I want to tour with them. That's really what I'm thinking about. I'm like, I want to tour with them because I'm looking at the old school, new school. I mean, heck, when Justin Bieber was younger, they did a record with him. They did the Fa La 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 record, Christmas album. But it's one of them things where it's like, you need the old school to be wise.
Absolutely.
But you need the new school to stay relevant.
Absolutely.
That's dope. That's so dope.
Have you considered even the thought or the idea of maybe even reaching out to like Charlie Wilson or?
So I'm hoping that we can get on that level. You know what I'm saying?
That would be dope. My mind is always thinking. So I'm like, that would be dope. Like even in the standpoint of like a video or something, like if he was just even anywhere in the song or he was in there supporting you guys, or
it'd be dope because see, what you don't know is like, okay, so like he's got the part that says, how's that? You blow my mind, baby. Right. I'm so alive with you, girl. Right? So we froze him on la, 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 and that's where he's froze. So when you listen to my song, that la, that's all me singing his part. Yeah. So yeah, Charlie Wilson is there in the record. You can't do it without the flavor of Charlie.
Absolutely.
So what makes it dope is that I'm able to come and sing his part.
Yeah.
And actually still keep it sounding just like him.
Absolutely.
So I love that. So yeah, it wouldn't be nothing more special than to have bro a part of the video, the music video. I mean, just a cameo. And of course, again, this makes him relevant. Even though he's not, I'm not saying he's not relevant. So all y'all listeners out there, Charlie Wilson is still relevant.
But it's
But
still
what I'm saying is that
them in the current time though.
right. So
It
what
keeps
I'm
them in
saying
the
is
current
that
time. It teaches our listeners today even more about him, and it gives them kind of the
like you're getting the current, you're not only getting the old school swag, but you're getting the current swag.
right, and it
You
makes
know what I'm
them
saying?
look more into the past. Like I think when Beyonce did the before I let you go, and you know, while they weren't necessarily on the song or singing on the song or whatever, if you look at the video of the live that she did, the Coachella, they were backstage with her or whatever, you know, which was cool because at least you saw that they were supportive of her redoing their song, and obviously they approved it or whatever, but still you kind of saw that support, and it made, you know, more of today's people or culture want to look into the past of them. Or you look at the Mariah Carey's when she did Candy, and dude from Cameo was, you know, was on the song and whatnot. Like I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and yeah, before I let go, yeah, man. I mean, and Beyonce, she killed that. You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce killed the mess out of that record.
I mean, but you know, you always have, for as many people as you have who are gonna like it and think that she killed it, you're gonna think it's the same amount of people who gonna think that she fucked it up or whatever. But it was cool to kind of dead that a little bit when you saw that they were supportive and they were behind her of redoing it and they liked it, and or even, you know, with the current stuff with the gospel singers that she sampled on the song on her current album.
Yeah.
And but they're still supportive, and they actually spoke out publicly and said, look, we love it, like we love what she did and we grateful. And
yeah, because people don't understand that. See, when you understand marketing, you understand marketing.
Absolutely.
But when you don't understand marketing, you won't get it. Stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like, y'all folks is stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
And the only reason why is because I gotta be honest about it, is that the reason why I say y'all stupid sometimes is because you're not thinking about cross promotion. These older cats still need to make money in this game.
Absolutely.
So in order for these old cats to still make money in the game, it helps when Beyonce, who she is and what she is doing the record like she doing.
Absolutely.
Because now she's introducing their record to her fans. Her fans are now knowing whoever did the record back in the day are. If you're honoring them people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference though, because sometimes you could do the record and be like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but then kind of find out it don't happen like that, because you ain't saying, well, back in the day, so and so, this is where this song came from.
Absolutely.
So like for me, I try to always pay homage, because I know that if it wasn't for them making the record, I wouldn't have it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I do everything I can to give credit where credit due, because you deserve it.
Yeah.
You worked for it, you earned it. So that's just how I feel about it.
Right. It's cool digging into your mind, man. Like you sound like a beast at this. Like you sound like you've been here for a minute. I could tell that you've been, you know, not just, you know, obviously working on your music and your craft, but you've been learning the game and learning the industry and just learning how things work and whatnot. And that's more refreshing than you could ever know. Like that's really, really.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I've always fought hard to be different. I've always worked hard to be different. But then sometimes there's moments where being different can also be a curse too. Because when you're the misfit for so long, the road becomes lonely. Yeah. And when the road becomes lonely, you feel like you are alone.
Yeah.
And when you feel like you're alone, it's one of them things where it's like you can become depressed. You can lock into depression. You can lock into feeling like you're not valued. You can lock into feeling like you're not enough. So you really can lock into these things and get stuck in them. So it's one of them things where being different is great, but also understand that being different comes with a price.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you say that, because I can relate to that wholeheartedly. you know, just in terms of my journey, you know, in terms of media and what I choose, to cover. You know, just looking overall at what I choose to cover, who I choose to talk to, you know, what events I choose to go out and do, and that sort of thing. And me having my own platforms and you know my own digital publication and whatnot, that really came from me surveying the industry in the very beginning. Like I've been doing this 22 years.
Yeah.
And it really came from me surveying the industry and seeing all of the bullshit that goes on and what happens behind the scenes. And
bro, it's a lot of bullshit that goes on.
Absolutely. And
it's
me,
a lot of bullshit. You feel me?
Just saying,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Trust me.
I technically and went through some stuff, man, that I had to tell a lady, it's time for us to part ways. I paid someone for a whole year, bro, and we only had a couple interviews from this lady.
Yeah.
And tried to make it sound like she done so much work.
Yeah.
I paid you for a whole year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, shoot. Hey, listen, I don't care how much money I pay you. At the end of the day, my money is still my money.
This is probably one of the best interviews I did in a long time, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, if I work hard for the money and I gotta pay you, nigga, I'm paying you.
I'm gonna just give you that stamp right now. This is like one of the best interviews I did in a long time, man. Like it's.
I'm gonna be honest about it. Listen, you talking to a real one. I keep it real with you. Look, I don't do all the cursing and stuff like that. But if you want me to come with a curse word, I take mother. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but on the real, man, look. Like when you working in this game, man, this stuff is so shady, bro. You got niggas out here that's telling you straight up, look, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and you pay me $100, I'm gonna promote it over here to so and so. I got a dude right now on Instagram. Then you got me fired up thinking about it. Man, this dude on Instagram, we talking, man, shut up. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I love XXL Magazine. Shout out to y'all. Y'all doing y'all's thing. But at the end of the day, y'all got a cat that's representing y'all talking about he gonna put people in XXL Magazine. And he said he wanted the writers for y'all. I wish I could remember his name. I'd throw him on blast. But yo, real talk. You pay to do, right? They paid to do. The article was supposed to be done. Put out, XXL, bam, big time, whatever. The nigga Instagram goes out of nowhere, just gone. Block. You can't see the pictures and nothing like that. Like, bro, when I tell you man, it be some shit. You listen, XXL, I love y'all. I would love to be in XXL. Y'all have somebody misrepresenting y'all. I don't know who he is. We don't know we know what he look like. He got on their Instagram. He know what he look like. I screenshot him. Yeah. Sue. Matter of fact, I wrote an email to XXL about it. Because I was like, bruh, we can write be XXL. You know, I'm happy. Right. Hey, funny mother. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's really.
Come on, man.
Actually, I'm gonna still say refreshing. It's actually refreshing to hear those kind of stories from you because I know the shit happened. Like I know what's going on, and just from behind the scenes with what I've been doing, I've seen a lot of crap over the years that in the very beginning, I immediately said, like, I worked for Radio One. I worked for the NBC affiliate here in Cleveland.
Okay.
I've done some stuff for BET as well. So I would go out and do the red carpets for
Love is Love. Love is Love. That's what's up.
But I got to a place where I was just like, I need to do my own thing. Like, I don't want to work for nobody else, like in this media game. I want to be told who I can talk to, when I could talk to them, and what I got to ask them, and all of this shit, because I just don't focus on like all of the goofy shit that go on in people's lives. And
people focused on drama, man, and not focused on real life substance.
I need like, I feel like I need to be pushing like positivity and, you know, building the culture and, you know, building our communities and that sort of thing. So that's truthfully what I focused on, like as far as I'm doing my own platforms and whatnot. And that comes with a price. You don't get out there like, you know, the TMZs and the Hollywood Unlocks and you know, all of these other sites and whatnot that push the crazy shit. But I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
But you know what? But at the same time, to keep this entertaining, you need the TMZs and
the
definitely,
people.
Definitely. Know what I'm saying? Because like you do, and that's why this game is called entertainment. And you know, bro, it's even down to the point to where even with relationships, I like I'm single, no kids, right? And I'm like dead serious. It's to the point that even it's tough for a woman to even understand. Like it's entertainment, baby. This ain't my life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I DJ in the clubs on the weekends and I might go DJ in the clubs, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, look, I'm over here. I might dance with other girls in the club. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna turn up. At the end of the day, I go home alone at night.
Absolutely.
That's it. It's a show to me. That's really what it is. It's a show to me. You know, and it keeps my skills fresh. It keeps me fresh. It keeps things on point. But outside of that, it's all a show. Absolutely. It's really not. I mean, do you think that now we can't? I can't go out. I can't say that. I can't say that about bro. But anyway, one second. Do you think these artists out here? I won't drop no names.
I was gonna say, damn. Now I want to know what you're gonna ask.
Right? Do you think these artists out here are really living the life that they really write about?
Oh, hell no.
Exactly.
Oh, hell
no. But the young cats get so caught up in it that they think that that's what it is, and the game ain't really that. I'm just out here making my bread.
They find out real fast.
Yeah.
They find out real.
Don't get it twisted. Some of these cats are out here living that life. I'm not going to tell you that all of them aren't. Like you
it's a handful of them that are.
Yeah, when they say they on the block, if they not on the block, they got some people on the block for them, believe it or not.
Absolutely.
That's how they getting their money.
Absolutely.
Like, I better listen and be real. Don't get caught up in that nonsense.
But that's a testament to why you've been here, like why you've lasted, you know, even in, you know, putting this material together and getting to this place where you are now. That's why you've made it this far, because you were able to kind of see through, you know, all of the stuff that was going on and whatnot, and really, you know, sculpt your career in a way that it was going to be, you know, lasting. And
right.
To build that longevity. So I think that's really, really dope, man. And again, it's refreshing because you don't see that. You don't see that, you know.
Yeah, because ain't nobody trying to keep it real with you, man. But the sad part, but you know what though? I'm gonna tell you what's really sad. What's really sad though is that being real, being honest, being authentic, being different is not valued anymore.
Absolutely.
And
how do we get it back to, or will it ever get back to that place where that is a value to people?
It's very tough to get something like that back, because the trend right now is girls getting on Instagram and dropping it like it's hot, shaking their butt. I mean, Cardi B, you see her, what she do, where she came from. So then girls are cool, and that's like the new thing. Not saying that's a diss to anybody, because it's not a diss at all. So make sure y'all know that this is not a diss at all. But what I am saying is that what happened to having respect for yourself and values and morals? But because that's what sells, Cardi B and them gonna do that, because that's what's selling. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. I mean, shoot, I'm even at the point to where I'm making a record that's nasty. Like I told you, I got a nasty record I'm getting ready to come out with. But sex sells.
Yeah. And
it sells.
In some way or another, you know, while you're pushing what you want to push, you still gotta
find a way to still be relatable.
Absolutely.
And that's what, and you know, I had a pastor, Pastor Hamley. He was one of my producers for Search Reward years ago. And when we talked, there was one of them things where he had told me in the studio, he said, don't be so original that it's not relatable. So I do everything I can to keep my relatability there.
Right.
Even though I'm giving you originality, I still got to keep my relatability.
Absolutely. And that makes perfect sense.
So it's definitely something that I would have to say, you know, that's my justification of what I do and how I do it and why I do it. And that and until I really feel like I really hit where I want to be, I'm gonna still keep trying stuff.
Absolutely. And you have to be that person that's open to trying something different.
You do. And I mean, even if it's just, you know, you get to the point of like we talk about like reinventing yourself. You know, I mean, now we're in skirts and stuff like that. That's a little off.
Right.
But I understand that fashion is a thing. I understand that the trend is the trend. So you gotta find a way to come to a common ground.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's about.
Okay.
You gotta find a way to come to a common ground.
So what is next now? So like this single is amazing, man. I'm like, I want more music. So what's next?
That's a loaded question there, brother. It's a loaded question. You know what I mean? For me, what's next, honestly, right now is making more music. I'm looking to, again, you know, we said earlier before we had the technical difficulties, which I'm sorry to all the fans. Please forgive me.
It's all good. That's what actually what I was saying when that happened is that's just one of the things of technology. Like people feel like these lives and all of that stuff are just supposed to be perfect. And
right. It ain't, yeah.
Shit
I'm glad you said that. Thanks for holding your brother down.
But listen, man, the sound go out. The internet go down for a minute, and you like,
right? You just like,
right?
Man,
shit happens, and I think it makes it better when both parties understand that. But
yeah, for sure,
you have to be somebody that, you know, works with all of this stuff. I mean, the reality is, like, with what I'm doing in my platforms, I've been digital since the very beginning, since 2001. So like I've been doing. And when I tell you, I've been trying to get artists, and I mean, I've talked to the smallest artists to the biggest artists, and I've been trying for 20 years to get them on doing like the Zooms and doing the Skypes and doing the stuff like this and whatnot.
Yeah, because I mean, for one, it saves money.
Yeah. It's
because
like
I ain't gotta fly everywhere.
I was getting ready to say I don't have to fly to New York.
I ain't gotta fly nowhere to do no interview. I'm gonna tell you now, nigga, I'm in Ohio right now. I might not even be there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's cool because I think it makes your interviews more relatable. It goes back to that whole relatable thing. Like people see you sitting in your house, or they see you sitting in your dining room, or they
I'm sitting in my crib just like they sitting in their crib. Listen, we talking, it's a chitty chat. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
But it's cool, and I've been trying to get artists on this for 20 years, and it took the pandemic, and now everybody's doing Zooms and everybody's doing YouTubes and everybody. I'm like, this shit been here. Like this ain't it. This ain't.
It's just that nobody wanted to take advantage of it while it was just really getting started and becoming the new thing. You know what I'm saying? And so to be honest about it, that's just where I'm at. It's about becoming the new thing.
Yeah. But I appreciate you, you know, in that standpoint, because I love doing this, man. Like you love doing music. Like I love this. Like when I tell you, I keep a day job too, or I guess a night job. So I work at Amazon. And
that's what's up.
I worked because I'm like my son's still in high school. He need insurance. I'm like, We're gonna keep a job. So
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, and here's the thing: most artists won't tell you this, and they
most of
not
them have jobs.
Nah, they're not right. They're not gonna be real with you. I mean, technically, like I drove a semi truck. You know what I'm saying? So I was in transportation and logistics. I'm trying to get away from that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've always looked. I didn't worked in the medical field before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm even looking to go back into the medical field. I'd have turned around and just got my company to where we do government contract work. So, you know, I'm even looking into those things. And, you know, I just came home from being deployed with FEMA for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
For 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where it's like, and then we looking to possibly be going back out. So we're, you know, there's a lot of things that I still do and keep my hands in. But see, here's what people don't pay attention to. Neither do artists. I'm gonna give you a real gem. People don't look at all they see is the music and they see the artist. Hear me. All people see is the music and the artist.
That's it.
But people are not digging into behind the artist.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm here for. But
right. So I'm about to give you some real stuff. So what people don't know is Chris Brown owns 14 Burger King franchises in Virginia.
Yeah.
People don't really pay attention to the fact that Rick Ross really does have franchises of Checkers.
Yeah.
Wingstops.
And yeah, I was gonna say Wingstop.
DJ Khaled got the Lickin' restaurants, one in Miami, one in Orlando. I just ate at it.
But see, those are people, and that's what we need more of.
Right, but hold on, I'm gonna give you some more. People don't know that Jay-Z was the marketing director back in the day for Budweiser. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, when I say back in the day, I mean, like, while being a big time $1 billion man back in the day. So all I'm saying to you is that these cats they have other avenues they have other streams of income coming in. They got multiple avenues. So that's when I was always looking and watching and learning how they move. And I was like, okay, so I want to do music, but I need to take the music money and put it over into the movies, go from movies, go into opening up restaurants or other businesses, and then the clothing line, and then that. The whole thing that people don't know is that, when you making money in music, you got to turn around and take that money and diversify it.
Absolutely.
Because you never know when you might start to become not so relevant.
Absolutely.
So when you start to become not so relevant, your money's still working for you in other ways.
Absolutely.
So, and I just turned 30, bro. And I've been thinking like this since I was 17, 18 years old.
But
I'd be pissed off at myself in a way because I'm like, dang, I just turned, now I'm 19 and I still ain't where I want to be. I'm supposed to be at a certain, I'm mad because I'm 30 now and I ain't where I want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think there's a beauty to not necessarily being where you want to be. And it took me a long time to really see it that way. But I think that at the end of the day, it's like you still learning, you still growing. And regardless of what you feel like that end result is, like, this is where I want to be, that's probably going to change tomorrow or next week or the year after that or whenever. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Mine ain't changed in 15 years. At 15, I knew where I wanted to be by 30.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
At 15 years old, I knew where I wanted to be by 30, and I'm not there yet.
Okay. I'm
pissed at myself because I'm not there yet.
I want to get you to that place.
I'm frustrated.
No, I feel it
because I'm not there yet.
I feel it because
you feel me? Because I'm just being 100 with you.
No, I'm being 100 too. When I say that at 30, I probably felt the same exact way.
I get people all the time, man. You need to go out and live a little bit. Nigga, I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm living and still investing. trying to get somewhere, trying to get where I need to be.
I'm
You know,
I'm in that same.
I didn't have women tell me you need to go out and just live a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be 17. I'm 17 talking to a 40-year-old woman. Real talk. And they tell you need to go out and live a little bit. You just young, you still a baby. Girl, if I ain't listen, all that living is going out here having 3 or 4 kids, out here doing something crazy, and you just I don't want to do that. I never did want to do that. I watch all my homies like, you know, you got 3 different baby mamas and ain't even taking care of 1 kid.
Absolutely.
You got 3 different baby mamas that wasn't even taking care of kid 1. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Not only that, you got 3 different baby mamas and you on 3 different baby child supports, right? Not only are you on 3 different baby child supports, and then we got 3 different baby mamas. You're not taking care of none of them. You're not paying the 3 different baby mama child supports that you probably own. Mm-hmm. You got back child support. And then you got to go to court for custody battle and all that nonsense. Mm-hmm. Nigga.
I ain't got time for that shit.
I ain't got time for the, you feel me?
I
ain't trying to. I always say I don't want. I was like, yo, just give me.
I mean,
nigga, I'm gonna go buy my wife from Russia at this point. You feel me? I already told him. I'm finna just gonna give me one from Russia, and I'm gonna call it quits. She filed at 20,000. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you heard me.
When I tell you, I can't express it enough, man. Like, I get it. When I tell you, I'm in that same spot, man. Like, I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly learning. I'm mad grateful, like, for where I am, what I've done. Like, I'm super blessed. But my end has changed multiple times.
Right.
The goals that I've had, those have not gone anywhere. Some of them I have accomplished. Some of them I'm still working on, but I definitely did not meet them necessarily by the age that I felt like I wanted to. But there's never been anything that I wanted to do that I was just like, okay, I don't want to do that no more. I'm gonna go and do something else. But I've added on to it and, you know, added this, added that. I don't even know, like, keeping it all the way funky with you. Like, when I graduated high school, nothing about me wanted to be like media or
it changed as you started to get older and develop. Like,
it just changed as I started accomplishing other things and then seeing that, okay, I could do this shit, or I could do that, or I want to do that. So that's all I'm saying is, like, we're just like ever changing and ever evolving, and, you know,
it's
just
always gonna be like that.
Yeah, and picking up new things, but don't beat yourself up for being 30 and not being at that end result that you felt like you should be at 30. Now, I know that's easy for somebody on the outside.
Yeah, buddy, because when you got them goals and you just know where, because so you got to understand, this wasn't just for me, right? My goal included that at 30, I'm like, okay, I wanna have my wife. Like, this was me at 30. I'm like, okay, by 30, that means I need to be a multi-million-dollar man. So that way, and I'm only telling you a little bit of just, this is the personal, but I wanted to be the multi-million-dollar man by 30, to where by the time my wife came, all my wife got to do is come into my life and enjoy her life.
Right.
She ain't got to work if she don't want to. She can go on shopping sprees if she wants to. I don't care where she go. You know what I'm saying? She can go do whatever she want to do. Baby, go have fun. Enjoy your life. I done already worked hard. The house paid off. The car's paid off. Whatever you want, you got it. Our credit score on point with it. You know what I'm saying? I done already did the hard work. Just come and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? But then again, you know, that was a part of my plan. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just like, yo, all right, I did it. So, which means that then, you know, you think about kids, like, you got a kid. Think about it. Wouldn't you have loved to be able to say, okay, I got $150,000 that I can put in my kid's account,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
I can put in my kid's account. By the time my kid turned 18, he could take $20,000 out, have it to live on for a little bit, ball out, do whatever you want to do. And then the other $130,000 that you got left out of $150,000, that $130,000 that he got left, he can either go to school and pay his tuition, right? He can either go to school and pay his tuition, or he can go and open a business, but he won't be in debt.
Absolutely.
You know, them was my things, and that's just because coming from watching my parents, and you know, and then my dad, he'd be making sure my mom good, you know, stuff like that. Me and my mom like this, man. So, you know, my mom has always said, treat a woman like I treat her. And I love my mom.
I just hung up with my mother before I got on this live. So
you know, it's one of them things where I gotta treat my mom, you know what I'm saying? I gotta treat my mom good. So you best believe that if I get a wife, I'm gonna treat my wife. I gotta treat my wife even better. That's my other half. Because the thing is that and women talk about how they want a man that's gonna love them, cherish them, that's gonna value them, that's gonna build with them. And you want that, but when you get it, you don't know how to keep it or receive it when it does come. Because our women are being raised to be almost like men. Nothing wrong with independency, baby.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
At all. But you gotta let a man come in your life and do his job.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
I could really tell you some shit. I really could. I hate I got another interview coming up right after you. Look, Tangi been sending me messages. She like, did you get on? I'm like, I'm still on with Steven. It's all good though, man.
Tangi, I love you, Tangi. I love you, man. Y'all.
When
man,
I
just started working with Tangi, man. We just started working with Tangi a few weeks ago, and
that's probably one of the best decisions you could have made.
I think I made the right decision myself, honestly. I feel like I feel wholeheartedly that I made a great decision because, I mean, just to know how life can be and to know the things that she's doing for me and knowing what this industry is like, I appreciate her so much.
Yeah.
I genuinely do. I appreciate her because I told her about the last person that I had and the stuff we went through with them, and she was like, "Look, I'm gonna come work with you. We're gonna do, and we're just gonna do our best to get some movement going." And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate you because you don't find people like that. And come to find out, she reached out to me back in 2013 when I did a national television interview.
Okay.
And but she's from my hometown. She's from West Virginia.
Okay.
So here it is. She's from WV, and you know, living where she lives. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. So it's a blessing for hometown folks to link up and do something great. It's really magical.
Yeah.
Because I live in a place where it's a small town, small city, and there's real struggles here because there's no resources like that here. So being able to link up and being able to have someone that's from the same state is amazing. Because they understand and they can relate to what you go through, where you come from, and they know. So yeah, it's a blessing to have somebody like Tangi. That's for sure.
Yeah, she's done so much for me, and we haven't even met face to face.
That's crazy.
We've been working together for probably 5-6 years.
That's love. That's love. That's love.
Face to face. I don't even necessarily. I do radio also. So I was doing a show with a station that actually was based out of South Carolina. And I think she may have been behind one of the artists that was on my show.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's how we came in contact with each other and we started working in it. I mean, she has seen me through my divorce and like the two years of depression and like all kinds of shit. And like, I mean, like in the midst of that divorce and then like the depression and stuff, like I was I was like scheduling interviews, and then I was like canceling interviews, and then I might try to do an interview, and then I'd be crying and sobbing this shit on the interview, like I gotta go, I gotta get off, like and
Listen, man, look, you know what you know
like
that
she stuck with me, like
that's it.
anything she asked me, I'm like, I'm good, like just let me know when, we'll figure it out, and she know that I'm juggling obviously fatherhood and Amazon and media, and I drive Uber and all kind of shit, and just me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And hear me when I say this, because I feel led to say it. Don't get tired of doing the right thing.
Oh, absolutely not.
And
never.
Don't not only get tired of doing the right thing, but don't get tired of being a father.
Oh, listen, that's
as tough as it's gonna be for you.
It ain't even tough. Like when I say,
I'm talking about. Hear me. Might not be tough right now, but even as life goes on, when you have them spare moments, when you do have it, just understand that you got it. You just tell yourself, you know, you got it, and you see yourself overcoming the obstacles. See yourself, you know, being better. See yourself doing it and doing it right, and keep and moving forward. You know, and I just posted this today. I said life is too short, so you got to learn how to love and move on. And at the end of the day, just always remember that life's too short. Just keep loving and moving on. And I think that's the word. That's the word I need to tell you today.
I needed to hear that, but I'm like, fatherhood has probably been the thing that has really sustained me and took me through like everything else that was going on. And he's 16 now.
It gave you purpose. Fatherhood gives you purpose.
Absolutely.
That's what, you know, you have a lot of parents, and I'm not a parent. Again, I am not a parent. But what I can tell you is that I listen to parents. And I've heard it so many times that they say, you know, if it wasn't for their child, they wouldn't have kept going. So, you know, and as a man, it's really going to be even more for you to keep going, because you are the sole vital source to your child. Dang, that is crazy. You are the sole vital source to your child, bro. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, you are the foundation.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, regardless whether it's a divorce, whatever, stay in that child's life. Do what you gotta do, and just keep your head up. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, man, go watch a movie. This is crazy. Maybe this is God telling. Maybe this is my spirit. You know what I'm saying? But you need to watch a movie called Courageous.
Okay.
If you don't do anything, watch that movie. It's funny because I was just telling my friend about that movie, and I said, this is the type of man that I want to be. This is the type of father I want to be to my kid. But and the reason why I'm telling you to watch this movie is because when you get to the end, understand that the end is so important. There's a speech at the end, and that ending is so important, bro.
I'm gonna pull that up tonight. And who's in it?
It's called Courageous. Remember the movie that came out called Prayer Room?
Yeah.
The same people that wrote Prayer Room is the same people. The Kendrick brothers is the same people that wrote and produced this movie, Courageous.
Okay.
You don't want Courageous Legacy. I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay.
You just want Courageous.
I'm gonna pull it up tonight.
And you should. And you tell me through. I don't care if you just message through Tangi or you find me on Instagram and send me a message or whatever. But you let me know what you think about that, and let me know if that was what was needed.
I'm gonna pull it up tonight.
But watch that, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely pull that up tonight. I think this was really dope, man. I appreciate you. These are the type of interviews that I love to do. Like this is what my career has been riddled with. So like I appreciate you. I think this was amazing. I love the single. It's on my playlist of 90s to 2010 plus 2023. Like,
I
like,
love it.
like when I say I appreciate it, man, like I really, really appreciate it because this is the type of music that I love to listen to. And I got my son on all the same shit I listen to is what my son listened to.
Man, that's amazing.
Just to see how he deciphers music and looks music up, and like some days I'll hear him listening to A Tribe Called Quest and he know all the words to the songs and like, it's just cool. But our relationship has always been like
that's
that.
good.
Like it's
That's
always
good.
like that, like even through everything else going on. And then the blessing is that like his mom, like we're actually back good now.
That's good. That's good.
Because
and listen, if another
regardless of anything, like we've always co-parented well.
But that's good though, because you got a lot of parents out here that can't co-parent. I just got off the phone today with my cousin talking about one her baby daddy. I said, oh yeah, man. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, dude, and it's cool. Like that's a good thing. And if you got one that's trying to be in your ear and one that's trying to come your way, let her come your way. You just never know. She just might brighten up the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
man.
I appreciate this, man. Last words, anything that you really want to get out there, and then your social media too.
So everybody, listen, man. Thank y'all for tuning into this interview. I appreciate you, brother. The entertainment plug. You know, I appreciate y'all for allowing me to come on here and be live and just be real and be authentic. You know, my social media is Stephen T Music, STEPHEN, T as in Thomas, Music. Stephen T Music on Instagram, Stephen T Music on Facebook, Stephen T Music on Twitter, and StephenTmusic.com. Again, StephenTmusic.com. So find me there. Holla at me.
That's quality branding. Same thing everywhere.
Everything is one thing. Stephen T Music. That's it. Just go there, find me there. I mean, holla at me. I'm not no. Listen, y'all. I'm not stuck up. I ain't gonna be no nigga. You know what I'm saying? At least act like one at that. You know what I'm saying? Look, just holla at me, man. Just holla at me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Just holla at me, and we gonna make it rock. We gonna make it happen. And if there's anything I can do for you, man, you just give me a shout, bro. Find me on Instagram too, and we'll talk. Yeah,
I will. I'm gonna get with Tangi because I definitely I want to look at my show schedule. I want to actually get you on the show, and then we can have you do a drop for the station and all that jazz. But
yeah, I can get you a drop immediately. You just gotta tell me what you need. Tell me what you wanted to say. Send over the details, and I'll give you my word. I'll get that done for you. I'm big on words, so I get that done for you, Jay.
I appreciate you. What we will do this again. Like I appreciate this interview. Like this is mad dope.
Man, I appreciate you for even wanting to do it.
Yeah. So we'll definitely talk. I'm gonna get with this next artist. He's sitting somewhere like, man, what's going on? What time we're supposed to talk at 2:30? It's 3:14.
Dang.
It's all good, man.
Hey, this is quality is quality.
This is quality, and half the time it be the label that be dragging, and we supposed to start it up at one time and then start.
Yeah, that's how it always is. Yeah.
Roll with it. So
that's why I'm over just about all my stuff, because I need my people that represent me to represent me like I would represent me. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to be on time. We need to be on point with everything that we do, because at the end of the day, you only got one shot to work with people. So. Absolutely. If you late, that's your fault.
Absolutely.
But you ain't gonna say nothing that I'm late. I'm here.
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting on you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Man, blessings to you, bro. I appreciate your time, man.
Same to you. And I'm gonna pull that movie up tonight. So I will let you know.
Definitely. And then hit me and let me know when this will be what'll be going on with it, where we can get it.
I'll shoot you the links, because it actually it'll be on YouTube actually not too long from now. So it'll be up on YouTube, and then I'll get it on the website, and we'll be good.
Yes, sir. Be safe, brother.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
All right.